Hey everybody, I'm Lindsay Duncan and I'm a certified nutritionist and a doctor of naturopathy. Now, like many people, alcoholism runs fairly deep in my family. And for many years now, I have heard the media and news reports and people refer to studies and reports that one alcoholic drink a day is actually good for you, or one glass of wine is not a problem or is healthy for you. And people even try to say that wine has a beneficial compound in it called resveratrol, and that was a good reason to drink wine every day, and all of these other validations and reasons that we should be drinking alcohol. And they would all come and they would all go, and people would parrot them and use them to drink alcohol. Now, it doesn't really matter what lobbying groups or corporations are behind all of this, what multi-billion-dollar industry is trying to disseminate this kind of self-serving information. The bottom line is that the University of Pennsylvania recently did the most important and relevant and large-scale study and research on this very topic, and they used a data set of more than 36,000 adults. And the bottom line is that the study showed that going from 1 to 2 drinks a day was associated with changes in our brain that is equivalent to aging calculated in years, not in weeks and not in months. Now, I don't know how else to put this or to explain it. It's very cut and dry. In this study, they also identified that heavier drinking was linked with an even greater damaging effect on our brain. The study showed that people who drink heavily have alterations to the structure and the size that are associated directly with cognitive impairments. The study showed that drinking among individuals that increased from 1 drink a day to 2 drinks was equivalent to aging 2 years, and that going from 2 to 3 alcoholic drinks at the same age, which was 50 years of age, was like aging 3.5 years. The interesting thing about the study is that they specifically looked at brain MRIs from more than 36,000 adults. And in this specific biobank, it was used to calculate white and gray matter volume in the various regions of the brain. And it was very clear that going from 1 or 2 to 3 drinks a day was associated with very real reductions in both gray and white matter in the brain. Now, the interesting thing is that the study showed that it's not linear. In other words, it gets worse the more you drink. And that this negative effect, this lower brain volume, was not localized to one brain region, but was identified throughout the entire brain. And they identified that there was good evidence that binge drinking was even worse for the brain. Now take a look at this study. Let it sit a bit and let this assimilate. And then ask yourself if you're going to continue to poison and shrink your brain and numb yourself a little bit in order to escape from the stress or the pressures of the day. There are great ways to detoxify your liver, your bloodstream, and your brain. You can support, you can nourish and feed your brain, and I recommend that we all learn as much as we possibly can about these techniques. Look, we have one brain. Feed it, nourish it, and love it. And don't trash it because you're going to need it.